good? Of course, we're looking straight into the sun here too, so. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Are the mics working? You want a mic check? We just walked out. Do y'all need a mic check or anything? Okay. Well, hello, I'm Dennis Bonin. I'm Texas State Representative for here in Southern Missouri County and Matagorda County. I'm Speaker of the Texas House. And I'm here kicking this off because Brazosport Water Authority's involvement began with me. I received a phone call about 9:30 Friday night with great concern and great enthusiasm of fear from the governor's chief of staff saying, there's a problem with the water in your community and we need to talk to those who operate the system so we can protect your community. There was confusion. We're all heartbroken over Josiah's passing, and they thought that, I believe there was a second child who had passed. I was told that a young boy had died Friday by the governor's office. That's what they'd been told. And I thought we had now lost a second young person in our community, and the governor's office had been led to believe it had happened Friday. So I said, Ronnie Woodruff, the general manager at Gulf Coast Water Authority, at Brazosport Water Authority, is a first-class leader in our community. Let me get him on the phone. So I called Ronnie. We had him on the phone. I said, Ronnie, the governor's office and TCQ need to tell you what's going on. Some tests have come back, and there's a concern. And he says, what do you want me to do? I said, we need to protect our community. He says, absolutely. That's what I have to do. That's my job. And so immediately, Brazosport Water Authority, without asking questions, without saying this isn't my deal, this isn't my responsibility, they said in an abundance of caution, they issued the do not use to all of the communities they serve, all of them, because their first priority was safety. I'm here today because we have learned by Saturday morning that the Brazosport Water Authority never was an issue with Josiah's passing or an issue of water quality. Their water is safe. It was safe then, and it is safe today. But they deserve to be commended for getting a frantic call at 9:30 on a Friday night and not trying to explain that they aren't the issue, that they aren't responsible, it's not them. They took action because their top priority is safety. And so I'm proud to represent and work with Brazosport Water Authority, and I'll now turn it over to Ronnie Woodruff, who will explain more of what has happened.
Thank you, Dennis. As Speaker Bonham said, my name is Ronnie Woodruff. I'm the general manager here at Brazosport Water Authority. Tonight here with us, we have Jeremy Fountain, a representative from Richwood, Juan Longoria, representative from Lake Jackson. He'll be speaking a little later. Kenny Hayes, our representative from Freeport. Morris Massengill, our representative from Angleton. And Jesse Knight, our representative from Brazoria. I'm here to ensure our customers and the people of the extended communities that the current situation and to assure you that the water we provide here at BWA is safe. It meets all state and federal guidelines, has and will continue. As you know, this started out, as Speaker Bonham said, with the very tragic event of the death of a 6-year-old Josiah McIntyre on September 8th. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and to Josiah. It's a horrible thing. As the Speaker indicated, BWA received an urgent call late Friday night to issue a do not use water order for our entire service territory. While the order was issued out of an abundance of caution, it created perception that understandably doubt in the minds of our customers. Doubt that we're here tonight to put to rest. I'm sorry I'm a little emotional about all this, but that's the way it is. So to help y'all understand the context of the information that you received in waves over the weekend, let me begin with letting you know a bit about the Brazosport Water Authority. As you know, we're located down here in Lake Jackson on FM 2004. Our service area extends to Rosenberg on the north, to Brazoria here on the west side, down to Freeport, and then out to Richwood. We have 7 member cities. Then we have 2 prison units from TDCJ, which are Wayne Scott and Clemens that we serve. We service Dow Plant A and B. And the most recent customer we have is the city of Rosenberg. Our source of water is the Brazos River. We have 45,000 acre-feet of run-of-the-river water. That water is pumped out of the river at 2 different locations, one being the Brazoria Reservoir just south of the 332 bridge at Brazoria on the Brazos, and that goes into the Brazoria Reservoir, which is owned and operated by Dow Chemical. We have a contract with them to pump and store our water. The other one is the Harris Reservoir, which is located adjacent to the Ramsey Prison Unit. And that again is owned and operated by Dow. We use the bayous and some canal systems to convey the water down here to the plant where we're at now. We have a 17.5 million gallon surface water treatment plant here, which uses complete treatment. We pull the water out of the canal, we hit it with a pre-disinfectant, which is chlorine dioxide, a very, very strong oxidant. We hit it with our coagulants. It goes into the clarifiers for sedimentation. From there, it goes over to filters, goes through a filtration process, and then we hit it with our post-disinfection, which is a chloramine. So that's pretty much the treatment system here. We're governed by a board of 7, which 5 of them are here tonight. Each city appoints a volunteer to be on this board. Once a year we have election officers, and we elect a president, a vice president, a secretary, and an assistant secretary. The plant regulatory oversight is by Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. We follow all rules and regulations as set by the state and the federal U.S. EPA. All right, that's pretty much about us. Let me get into a timeline here of what took place. I'd like to walk you back through how this situation unfolded. Friday night, like I said, roughly around 9:30, we received a call alerting us of the emergency that required us to issue the do not use water order. We issued that to all our cities and entities that we serve. While that order was light on details, we responded urgently, as most people would expect us to, for the safety of our customers and anybody else that was passing through the area and using the water. Safety here at the authority and a safe product is our top priority. And that's something we stress highly. We spend a lot of money training our operators and on this item, on how to treat water and how to do things safely and the proper way of handling the regulations. Nevertheless, out of an abundance of caution, we kept the emergency do not order in place for 12 hours until Saturday morning. TCEQ released the do not use water order after they did a thorough review of the facility and our treatment techniques. We now know that with a great deal of certainty that the water that BWA provides to all our customers is safe, and that the state of emergency efforts are being redirected specifically towards Lake Jackson's internal water system. This has been confirmed by TCEQ. So while it's clear that this is not and never was a BWA issue, we're doing everything we can to provide support. After all, these are communities around us that we serve and we live in, and we want to help. That is our commitment to our customers and our neighbors, and we'll always continue with that commitment. So to share in his perspective, I'd like to introduce our board president, Juan Longoria, who is also a representative from the city of Lake Jackson. Juan.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Dennis. I'm here today not only as a member of the board and president of the board, but also a member of this community. This hits very close to home. My wife and I live here, and we have 2 daughters and family that also live here. I want to applaud the leadership of the Broadsport Water Authority with the speed and professionalism which they acted when they first came to when the first phone call came in. And this came in late Friday. Our dedicated BWS staff has been working 24/7 on this water issue. Like everyone in the community, I'm concerned about the water issues, but as a member of the board, I can assure you that the problem which originated outside our system does not extend beyond the Lake Jackson area. The other cities and entities served by the authority can have confidence in the quality of the water that the Broadsport Water Authority is delivering. I want to thank the Governor's Office, TCEQ, and Dennis for moving so quickly to ensure our safety. And I want to assure our neighbors that BWA is a committed member of this community which puts public health and safety above all else. The water we're delivering is pure and safe and meets all federal state guidelines. And this impacts not only me and my family, but everybody. And so we're here to just work with the authority and the rest of the people in the community to continue to serve. And I open it up for a Q&A. Let me get this out of the way.
Thank you. So at this time, we'll take a question or two, but the important message here, Broadsport Water Authority never had a water quality issue. They did not have one before Friday, and we know with great certainty they do not have one since Friday because TCEQ has taken the most severe look at the system and has said it meets all standards, and that has identified that the issue is within the internal system in the city of Lake Jackson, and Broadsport Water Authority is assisting them as their partner to help get their system back to the quality that we expect in our community. And I want to thank Broadsport Water Authority for not pausing or hesitating at putting the safety of the people they serve in our communities that they live and work in with everyone else at the forefront of their mission, as they always do. We're happy to answer questions about Broadsport Water Authority, if there are any.
So people, should they not use the water? Should they still use bottled water? What's the current status of Lake Jackson?
You need to talk with the city of Lake Jackson and the TCEQ. Obviously, it's on their website and in those places, but we want to make sure, because as we've mentioned, Broadsport Water Authority provides water to 6 other cities beyond Lake Jackson. In those communities, the water is safe, drinkable, and usable. In Lake Jackson, they need to follow the recommendations from the city and TCEQ.
Any idea how long they should do that?
Again, I would defer the questions again to the city of Lake Jackson and the TCEQ in regard to their specific internal issue they're working through.
And so the main takeaway here is that any place outside of Lake Jackson that you are servicing for water is fine. It's been tested.
Correct. Thank you. That's exactly right. There never was an issue with any of those communities, and there is not moving forward. And frankly, you can feel more confident today than you ever did because it's been more scrutinized than normal over the weekend.
So why do you feel necessary to stand here and say that?
Because Broadsport Water Authority did the most responsible thing when they got a call from myself and the governor's office and TCEQ. They did an immediate do not use order, which created concern within those communities. And so we're trying to reestablish their confidence to know that Broadsport Water Authority never did have a problem. They put their safety first, and therefore we have now been able to show through TCEQ's serious look into the system over the weekend that they never did have a problem and they are completely and totally safe. And we want people to be able to differentiate between what's going on within the city of Lake Jackson and these surrounding communities. Yes, ma'am. You would have to ask TCEQ, but I know they have thoroughly reviewed Brassport Water Authority's system over the weekend.
Was Friday night the first time you became aware of the amoeba testing?
Friday night is the first that I ever heard of it. I believe, Ronnie, that's the first time Brassport Water Authority ever heard of it. And frankly, I think the reason it's the first that was heard by us is that there was no involvement of Brassport Water Authority up to that point. And there was no reason to believe there was. Thank y'all very much. We appreciate y'all being here today, and thank you for your time. Thank you.